downtown used to be so patchwork too.
Mhm.
Like you'd go, well, this block is pretty good, but this block kind of sucks, or
Yeah.
or there's no businesses on this side of the street, but it is on over on this side, and it just used to be kind of patchworked, and it's kind of continuous now,
Yeah.
and it's pretty. I mean, I don't know. You should be very proud of it because it's
I am very proud of it. It's taken a lot of work, but every day is a different day, so it's all fun all the time.
that's awesome.
I have the best job ever.
69 foot pursuit. Stop! Sir! Stop!
Okay, so welcome, Kelly.
Thanks.
Glad you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we finally got it done.
I
We
know,
talked
it's
about
taken
it.
a minute.
Talked about it. It's just everybody's busy. Everyone gets a gift, so you get a pursuit challenge coin.
Thanks.
So
Awesome.
display it in your office with pride, or carry it in
Yeah.
your pocket, so that you can bribe people for free beer.
I'm good at that.
That's the story of the challenge coin thing, right?
To bribe people for beer?
So you carry a challenge coin, and then if you challenge people and they don't have theirs, then they owe you a beer.
Oh.
But if you
Good to
challenge them
know.
and then they have it, then you have to buy them a beer. So that's how it works.
I see how that works.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, no, that's ACBC. That's a company out of Utah, and they hooked us up with those, and the amazing company Luann does a great job
Fun.
making those, and they actually do our coins too for the office and stuff like that. So just great people.
Nice.
So awesome. So you are the executive director for both the Business Improvement District and the Downtown Association.
Yeah.
So how long have you been there? It seems like it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has.
how long?
Well, my job's morphed a lot over the last 9 years. So I started out part-time, just kind of rebuilding the Downtown Association. They hadn't had a real steady director for quite some time. Just mainly getting the events back on track and membership and just day-to-day stuff, and then realized that if it was going to grow, it needed to be a full-time position. So we worked to create that as our budget grew and move me into full-time. And then just this it's been 2 summers that the BID portion of it was taken over by me. So transition of, I don't know if you remember Joan Radine.
Yep.
Yeah. So she moved to Missoula and was working remotely, and then decided that it was just time to have a full-time person in that position. So I took over her role. She still does all of our bookkeeping and some of our back office stuff, which is pretty cool. So she's still part of the BID, but just in Missoula.
And that's stuff you don't have to do.
Yeah. The bookkeeping and accounting and things that I don't like.
That's not the fun part.
Yeah, it works out really well.
So, when I was the downtown officer in early 2000s, 2005 to 2007 timeframe, I remember there was a downtown association.
Mhm.
It existed. And they always were trying to figure out where they were going to land with an office space. And right about the time I was getting ready to rotate out, they had found an office space, but it was I remember the person I was introduced to, who was the director, was usually then no longer the director. It was kind of
A rotating door.
Well, I think it was a super part-time job, and there wasn't a lot of funding for it, and it was struggling to kind of, make headway. And then the BID, I'm trying to remember, I want to say the BID director, I went to their board meetings, and they used to have their board meetings in that fancy 419 Central.
The Johnson.
Is
Yeah.
that what it is? Okay. I know all the addresses. I don't know the names of the buildings. I know some of them, but I'm like, I know that address. Because in law enforcement, we go to addresses and names of buildings. But anyway, it was, the Johnson building was upstairs in a big fancy boardroom.
Yeah.
And that's where BID offices were located.
Yeah, for some time.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. All right. And then I think Greg Mattson was the BID director back then.
Possibly. Yeah. Rings a bell.
And BID back then, their big controversy, and I laugh at this because it was funny. It was very controversial. Was the curbscape thing?
Oh yes.
And people were so mad about that.
And now it looks beautiful.
It looked beautiful back then. and You had to like kind of understand what they were trying to do. Because I take it, if I remember, so this is before my time in Great Falls, but it used to be like 2 lanes on each side, right? Wasn't it? Or something different? Or they parked different or something?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
That was
can't remember.
before my time too.
People were not happy with that whole
Yeah,
thing.
anytime you change something, it's
Oh my
ruffles all the
gosh.
feathers.
So yeah, that's what I remember. And then I remember BID's biggest worry in life was they would always hire some kid to blow the dirt and leaves out from inside the businesses.
Hmm.
And there's always someone out there yelling at that poor kid because
Yeah.
you're not getting it good enough. Or they blow it all into one of the businesses' doors.
Right.
And
And
they
it would
get
just go right under
super
into there.
mad. So no, that was my first intro into it. And I just like I kind of want you to talk about how far you guys have come because it started to ramp up, and then about the time you got in there, holy cow, did it like take off.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch it grow. Um, so the Business Improvement District and the Downtown Association are two very different organizations. So the Business Improvement District is really tasked with beautification, so keeping the sidewalks clean, picking up the garbage, the trees, the flowers, the snow removal, basically all of the visual components, the artwork, the murals that we do downtown. That's all run through the Business Improvement District. And then the Downtown Association side is the marketing and promotion arm. So that's the events and the membership side where our businesses join as members to help support. And then we do advertising and marketing for them. So those are really like the two silos that they fall in. But we're all completely under like the National Main Street Program model, which is a 4-pillar system. It's it's really pretty cool how it works. But you have design, promotion, organization, and economic development.
Okay.
And so over time, we've been able to really adopt that model and formulate how we revitalize downtown around that. So it's been really cool to implement that bigger picture into our smaller little community.
So Downtown Association, basically it's kind of a co-op, right? Like local downtown businesses have dues.
It's kind of like the chamber.
Right,
So yeah, you pay your membership and then you get the benefits, which are a whole page long of different cool things that we'll do to help our businesses.
So like what? So like I'm a entrepreneur and I'm like looking at doing a downtown business, and I come strolling in your door and I'm like, hey, my name's Jesse and I want to open I want to build widgets.
Hmm.
And so I'm like, hey, what does your association offer me?
Yeah. So really, once businesses are up and going, we don't help with a lot of the initial get your door open kind of thing. But once the doors are open, we do an e-blast every week that goes out to our members that talks about all the things going on, what your neighbors are doing, and promotes any upcoming things that they want us to share with the world. And then we have our gift certificate program. So as a member, you can accept the gift certificates, which at the end of the year pays for your membership twofold because people use them like crazy. It's an awesome program.
So you're getting like gift certificates for other downtown businesses?
Yeah, so we print them and then you can take it into Mighty Mo or Dragonfly or any one of our member businesses and redeem it. And then they turn around and bring it back to us and we pay them back for it.
Can I get on the gift certificate? But just don't tell my wife.
Right.
Because she'll request all Dragonfly gift certificates.
Yeah.
Or block.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be all sandwiches and fancy clothes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. So that's a perk for being a downtown business.
Yep.
So that's really cool because then that encourages those. Now, can they give them to their employees to use?
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's basically just a blank check for
Cool.
a certain dollar amount. Yeah.
Are they pretty good?
Awesome.
Are they pretty good gift certificates?
Yeah.
Do they give them pretty good discounts? That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great because then they start supporting each other.
Right.
Which is a great thing to do.
And we've seen a lot of that. Yeah.
That's one of the things I've always admired about downtown is, you can own a pub downtown and you have, the greatest craft beer or whiskey or whatever your little shtick is that you do. And then right across the street or right next door, another one will open and they're like over there like, hey, let me help you redo the floors. Let me
Mhm.
help you get open. Let me help. It's not like, oh,
There's the competition.
there's the competition. I don't want you here. And, you know, now I know it's the gift certificates.
I wish that's what it was.
No, I mean, that's part of that culture though. That's creating that,
Yeah.
creating that vibe. But no, that's really cool. That's awesome. I didn't know that. So what are some other perks that a business can get from being a member of the association?
They're listed on our website, so everybody
Awesome.
that's you're searching for something to do downtown, you pop up on our website. We're also implementing it's kind of a conversational tour guide for downtown. So
Oh,
you
cool.
scan a QR code and it pops up and starts a conversation with you. It's going to be a little dog. His name's Doug, the downtown dog. So he's going to direct you to whatever it is you're looking for downtown. So really geared towards our tourists.
Cool.
That says, hey, are you looking to find somewhere to eat today? And then it'll list the members that are in the restaurant. Or are you shopping for anything special? Here's a list of all the retailers. So it's really kind of a self-guided tour guide for downtown.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's super cool. I mean, there's nothing you can't get downtown anymore. There was a time when there was a lot of things you'd have to like, I got to go to the big box store or whatever, but it's not like that anymore.
No, and that's great because we have more residents downtown than we ever have.
Yeah.
With our apartments and upper level living, and yeah, it's great to have all the amenities.
I mean, we had Kaufman's on here for the podcast, and you think about fancy clothes, and there's tons of fancy women's clothing stores. I mean, there's only one like really fancy. Well, I guess Hoagland's you could classify as kind of the Western version,
Right.
Kaufman's version, and there's a lot of crossover in there. But then there's like, I don't know, half a dozen fancy women clothing stores, and I know because my wife drags me into all of them for hours. No, but they're really nice. I mean, they're really, really, really nice clothing stores, really nice things to do. And then that when I used to be down there, that stuff it was still there, but it was like they were struggling a little bit, so selection was really small.
Yeah.
It was a lot of, well, I can order that for you type of atmosphere.
Yeah.
And it's not like that anymore. It's a lot of stuff that's in stock, ready for you to go, ready for you to see.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really cool. Like Gray & Co. just opened the new clothing store down there. She carries men's and women's, which is great. But her next door neighbor, Tracy at Blue Rose, literally like walked her through the entire process of opening the business and going to market, and just was her mentor. And that's great. Even though they're competition, that's one helping another. So yeah, it's really cool that.
Well, Mike Callahan told me one time though that that's not really how it works. He explained that to me.
What did he say?
Well, he had a good. I liked his take on it. So Rib and Chop House was coming downtown, and I said, "Hey, what do you think this is going to do to like the Inn Bar, for example? Because they're different, but they're both you can both go get a good ribeye at other place, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, what does that do? And he's like, it's going to just boost our business.
Yeah.
And I was like, it is? And so he explained it to me, and he's like, well, yeah, because what's going to happen is people are going to go there for a while and they're going to want to change, or there'll be a line, but they're already downtown and they don't want to leave downtown.
Yep.
So they're going to walk over because it's a walk. It's not getting a car. You've already parked, all that other stuff. So it was an interesting perspective, but like many of the owners, and I'm friends with a lot of the owners, and they all have the same attitude. It's like, no, bring in more.
Yeah.
The more that's down here, the better we all do.
It's true.
And that's an amazing attitude to have.
Yeah. There's not the fear of competition at all.
So what's a day look like for you? I mean, in your two job world that you do all day.
Luckily I have an amazing employee who handles a lot of the marketing and promotion side of things, so I can really focus more on the BID stuff. But I just run around like a chicken with my head cut off all day long.
Yeah.
It's a lot. We work really closely with the city on a lot of different projects. So like we're finishing up our wayfinding project, which is the directional signage. So we're putting in big kiosks that will have like a map on it, and it'll say, public library this way, parking this way. But they're really cool, and they're like 7 feet tall. They're huge. But we're trying to finish up that project. So we have to work really closely with the city and Parks and Rec. And so I spend a lot of time going back and forth with them. And obviously our property owners and business owners, whatever they need. We do, like for the events, we have a night market tonight. So this morning I was already out throwing barricades around, and so that's why I'm very informally dressed today.
That's awesome.
It's a work day for sure.
Yeah, I like
So yeah, it's every day is a little different.
I'm really excited. So all of those downtown events is that all downtown association driven?
Mm-hmm.
So
well, most of them.
Okay.
Yeah, like the Summer Jam, that's the Summer Jam guys. They do those with the Hoot Nanny and the big concerts.
So you guys don't have any involvement in that?
Not really.
Okay.
As far as setting it up or anything like that. Obviously I volunteer and help them, and we work together.
And you guys promote it.
Oh yeah,
right?
for sure. It's bringing people downtown.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So one of the questions I have for you that I just are you prepared for what's coming?
I think,
and it's a compliment what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Derogatory.
No.
Are you? Because I think
we've been building it, and it's like our momentum.
I kind of feel
getting there.
I kind of feel like we're on top of the wave though, and it's gonna start moving fast.
Yeah.
I don't mean crash down.
I love it though.
Fast.
It's great.
Well, so back in the day when I was downtown and doing all that stuff, man, it was really like hit or miss. We had the Triple Crown Motor Inn, which was like they were literally trafficking girls out of there and drugs, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
And now it's a bougie, luxurious boutique hotel.
Right.
I went in there. I was driving by, and right after I got done, and I was working, and I was just like stopped right in the middle of the street, parked, walked in there, and I'm like, what is this?
What happened?
What is this? And the poor guy behind the counter was like, who are you? And why are you in uniform asking us who do you think you are? And I'm like, well, let me tell you a story. And the guy's like, do you want to see the penthouse suite? And I'm like, yes, I do. And so he takes me all around and shows me this thing, and they were super proud of it, and they should be because it's amazing. And then I love Schnitz, how it used to be that bar.
Yeah.
And now it's they make a joke about it being a dive bar.
Yep.
It's not a dive bar. I mean, it's not like a fancy bougie bar either, but it's awesome.
Yeah. And they've got great burgers.
They've got burgers. Yeah. It's just cool atmosphere, and you're just like, what was cool I liked was they kind of played on the way it used to be a little bit.
Mm-hmm. They kept it that kind of intentionally kept it divey. Yeah.
But you go in there and you're like totally comfortable to be in there. I mean, I've even gone in there, with my 4-year-old to go get something to eat. It's like fine.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I mean, I'd be carrying 2 guns and have 2 backup guys every time I went in there, and it's like not the same place anymore, and it's just so cool to see.
That's great. That's a good thing.
It is.
Yeah.
No, and I can't. And it was so downtown used to be so patchwork too. Mm-hmm. Like you'd go, well, this block is pretty good, but this block kind of sucks, or there's no businesses on this side of the street, but it is over on this side, and it just used to be kind of patchworked, and it's kind of continuous now.
Yeah. And
it's pretty, I don't know, you should be very proud of it because
I am very proud of it. It's taken a lot of work. But every day is a different day. So it's all fun all the time.
That's awesome.
I have the best job ever.
So what's your favorite aspect of what you do?
Definitely just building relationships.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite part. I get to meet new people all the time, and help foster relationships too. Mm-hmm. Like the new businesses that come in and be like, you need to talk to so-and-so. And so, yeah, I think that's probably my favorite part.
So I remember a long time ago, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the BID have like some type of grants to help businesses?
Yeah, and we still do.
Talk to me about that.
So we have 2 different grants. One to help pay like first month's rent, second month's rent, for a new business coming in. And then the other one is to help with permanent improvements inside if they're renovating. like, flooring, paint, putting up walls, things like that to get up and running. So the business incentive grant is the rent assistance, and then our interior grant helps with the remodeling.
So what kind of valuation are we talking about? Like on the improvement on the inside? Are these pretty substantial, or is it all dependent on square footage?
It's kind of dependent, on what the project is and what the bids come in at. They're not like thousands and thousands of dollars. Probably, I think it's up to $5,000 for the improvement one, and then the monthly rent is $2,500 is the limit on that.
That's still great.
Yeah, that's a capital that they're able to use.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
so tell everyone who's watching, like, how far, what's the boundaries of the downtown, the business improvement district / downtown association district?
So there's like 5 different boundaries.
Okay,
it's really confusing.
So try to talk us through.
So our master plan boundary, which is what really all of our revitalization efforts work on, is the master plan. So that goes from River Drive up to 15th.
Okay.
And then 5th to 5th.
Okay.
So 5th Avenue North, 5th Avenue South. So it's a big area. We've got residential, we've got business. People think it ends at 9th, but like we go all the way up to Paris Gibson Square, up to 15th there. So that's the master plan boundary area. The BID is much smaller because we're a special assessment district. So the property owners basically pay a special assessment for us to do what we do within our boundaries. So that one's much smaller. It's the Civic Center up to 8th Street. And then it's kind of a puzzle piece from when it was formed in 1989. Yeah.
Okay.
And we've only expanded once, and that was from 7th Street to 8th Street.
Oh, really?
So it's pretty difficult to get your boundaries bigger. But we can only spend our money in our area. So like if the garbages are overflowing on the other side of the street and that's not where our boundary line is, we can't empty those. So it's pretty particular. But yeah, the boundary lines are the boundaries.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's good to know. But so obviously, like Central and First Avenue North and First Avenue South, and even probably Second, they're all tied in there pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. Those are our core.
Those are your
core business district.
Yeah, kind of. And so like when I was down there, it was basically the downtown association district was 2nd Avenue North, the 2nd Avenue South, up to 9th Street, except for on Central, then it like went straight up to 15th. It was weird. That's how they. Now that was like, I don't know whose geographical boundary that was. Like, you know what I mean?
If the city set that or what?
Yeah, it was just that's what they considered the.
Because we set our master plan boundaries in, I want to say 2012, 2013.
Okay.
Is when we really adopted the master plan and became part of the National Main Street program and really started to work on that piece of it. So yeah, I bet the boundaries were different.
Well, I don't know whose arbitrary boundary that was.
I don't know.
What I mean? And it was weird because I remember looking at BID maps. I remember seeing that they were different.
Yeah.
I remember all that stuff, and it was confusing. You were like, well, how does this all play together? It's unbelievable though, the growth, how many businesses are down there and are thriving, and then it is growing. I mean, you look at like Fifth and Wine, which is kind of jumping outside what we normally consider downtown, but it's now downtown. Like it's all wrapped in. Bighorn Wilderness kind of, because they used to be on Central. They used to be on 6th and Central, and now they're there. So they're kind of hooking people in.
Yeah.
And then you go over to like where Fire Pizza is, and it's all just or like Disculius.
Oh, yeah.
All the things they've got going on, they're kind of pulling it, Smoked.
Yep.
That's another one where it's like pulling in all this, and so the edges and the boundaries are getting further and further out. I mean, regardless of whatever boundary, legally or grant-wise we put on stuff, it doesn't really matter. It is starting to grow.
Yeah.
And I think, what did you think the park levy that passed?
Yeah.
When they passed that, did that help downtown?
It didn't really affect us because we don't have any. I mean, Gibson Park is the closest park to downtown, and they've done incredible improvements, adding in the gym equipment and things like that. But I mean, it affects the residents more than anything, just because the quality of the parks is better.
I just see so many people down there, like
Yeah.
on a given day. Like there's times you can't even park in the parking lot down there.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And it's a park.
Parking is a whole different thing.
Oh yeah, let's talk about parking.
Oh.
Whether you're into getting fit or staying fit or just having fun with the family, join the Peak Health and Wellness Center today. With 2 great locations in Great Falls, they're here to serve you. If you like weightlifting, functional fitness, or enjoy a wide selection of cardio equipment, the Peak has everything you need. They also offer classes for all ages and fitness levels. The Peak even has a daycare for those busy parents out there. Go check out the Peak today. The Double Barrel Cafe is all about you, the amazing people of Cascade County. With every purchase you make, they give back to our community. Every bite and sip fuels their mission. Let's make a positive change, 1 cup and 1 bite at a time, because the Double Barrel is not just a cafe, they're building a better community. If you haven't noticed lately, Cascade County is booming, and the choice for all your construction needs is Builders First Source. They even have an automated home builders solution for all of your construction needs. Go to 826 Northwest Bypass in Great Falls and check them out today. Are you looking to replace those floors in your home? Or maybe you're doing new construction? The place I trust is Contract Flooring Carpet One. This is a locally owned and operated business here in Great Falls, and they are committed to serving you and giving you the very best prices and the very best product and service. Go see Contract Flooring Carpet One today. You'll be floored. When deciding who I would trust for the technology component of this podcast, the choice was simple: Information Systems of Montana. Whether purchasing products for business or when I had them build me a new MacBook to catch child predators, they delivered, creating a solution for my exact needs. Contact Information Systems of Montana today. Everybody needs a good insurance plan. Whether it's for home or auto insurance, check out Heinbaugh Agency. Eric Heinbaugh is a local agent focused only on customer service, not sales. If you're passionate about firearms and the Second Amendment like I am, one of the best places in all of Montana to go is Mitchell Supply. Jim and Tammy Mitchell have been running this gun store for decades. They're major supporters of the Second Amendment, and they're major supporters of our community. And obviously, they're supporters of this podcast. For all your firearms needs, go check out Mitchell Supply today. Let's talk about parking. So I hate, I'm just going to say it right now, I hate paid parking.
Yes.
It infuriates me. It infuriates me, and this is why. Why do I have to pay to go spend money in your business? It's not the business's fault. So I'm not pointing the finger at the business. I know it's the government. But it's like, you say you're pro government, you're pro business, but then you charge people to go shop. But I hear mixed reviews from the business owners. So
yeah.
What do you know about it? Tell us what you know.
I know all the things about parking. We had parking commission yesterday, actually. So we have to have
They'll never invite
turnover.
you to sit on that ever.
Probably not. We have to have paid parking to create turnover. Otherwise, residents or office employees down there, they'll park in one spot all day long. And so that doesn't create opportunity for customers to come to the stores. They can't find parking because there's just no turnover. So, I mean, realistically, our parking at $1 an hour is pennies compared to some communities. And our parking garages are only 50 cents an hour. So we are not lacking parking by any means. We have an overabundance of parking. But yeah, the perception that you have to pay to go shopping and things like that, it's frustrating. And the kiosks are not super user friendly.
No.
But our meters are so old and antiquated that we can't get parts to fix them.
No,
it's
the kiosks, once you figure them out, they can be convenient.
I just use the app.
They can, yeah.
It's the easiest.
But the problem is like, I hate to say this, I'm not that person. I'm somewhat technologically savvy, but older people really struggle with that.
Yeah.
And I see that they just get so mad. And I don't know. I struggle with it because of I grew up in Bozeman, and to this day, they don't have paid parking downtown.
But if you talk to them, they want it back.
But I mean, they haven't had it. They have not had paid parking down there in
a long time,
40 years.
Yeah.
I'm 47, and they hadn't. I mean, my parents owned a business down there, and they never had it. So, it's just so convenient. And here's the thing: I compare it to is when I go to downtown Bozeman, I know that their downtown is booming. I mean, it's where ours is headed. Yeah. Ours is going to probably be just as good, if not better. And I'll explain why I think it is in a minute, because it has a lot to do with its geography. But it doesn't bother me I can't find a parking spot. Here's what I start doing. I start driving around down there going, what is going on down here?
Right.
Because it's not like that every day. But you'll go down to downtown Bozeman and you'll drive 6-7 blocks and you can't find a parking spot.
Yeah.
And then I got to go drive over literally practically into residential area to park in. But I'm like excited. I'm like,
something's going on.
Something's cool's happened today. That's where how my brain works. And I don't have to pay for it, so I don't care. So I'll walk extra because I'm like, I'm not paying, but I don't care. Where I get frustrated here, sometimes I still can't find a parking spot. And when I do, I got to pay for it. And I'm like, why do I have to pay to go spend money down here? So that's where it frustrates me. The downtown experience in Great Falls and the downtown experience in Bozeman are extremely similar. They look the same. They kind of have the same makeup. Central and Main Street are kind of where it starts.
Yep.
And then it bleeds off into and they have actually one-ways on both sides. So it has a very similar, feel to it. And it's funny because now that our downtown here in Great Falls is really starting to boom, the makeup is almost totally identical.
I know.
I mean, not the same brand name store.
Right.
But the same type of store.
The idea. Yeah.
And I'm sure it just happens naturally, right? It's like, you better have this footprint or your downtown's not going to survive.
Right.
I'm sure that's survival, but it's so exciting because, I remember when I came here from Bozeman, I was like, they need a downtown down here. Like, they really need one. And you guys have done such a great job, and it's here.
Yeah, it's really cool. We've got businesses relocating from Missoula to Great Falls. Like, they don't want to be there anymore. They want to be here. So yeah, we've done a really good job of creating a culture of I want to be there.
Why do they say they want to be here?
A lot of it is the cost of living, the community itself. Everybody is just so welcoming and nice in Great Falls. Like, it's just that small town feel, but we're still the bigger city, one of the big 7 in the state. So it's just a little bit slower pace.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. That's really cool to hear. I think Missoula's got I think they've got cool stores and stuff downtown. Their downtown is really spread out, though.
Theirs is huge. Yeah.
And it's hard to find like an area where you could say, like, you're doing the what'd you call it, the street
the night market?
The night market tonight.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just left me what it was. You can have that on Central, and everybody can wrap their head around where it is, and it's centrally located.
Yeah.
So it works. You can't do that in Missoula.
No. There is. Yeah. They've got a huge district.
Yeah, if they're like Iron Horse Bar has a big event, the ones way over by the river get no traffic from it. It doesn't have any effect.
Or if something at Karis Park is happening, you don't on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very different as far as that goes. So that's exciting. That's really cool. So let's go back to parking. My favorite mayor, Corey Reeves, doesn't like it either.
I am aware.
Is there a compromise? Is there a way that we can, I agree with you. $1. Is it $1 an hour? Okay. $1 an hour in the scheme of things isn't a ton of money. You guys probably should promote and say that more, by the way.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I was thinking it's like $2 an hour, $3 an hour. Because I think it was more when you had to put the quarters in, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
No, we just raised it when we put the kiosks in a couple of years ago. That was the first time it's been raised in years.
Maybe it just makes me mad, so I think it's more. Okay, all right. But is there because I think, what do we have, free parking in the parking garage for the summer?
2 hours free in the north garage, yeah. Okay. Which is kind of what the compromise came down to, because trying to do free on-street parking as a trial, I think would really just be too confusing for people, especially if we're only doing it from June to August, and then they come down in the fall and they're like, "What? I have to pay for it now? It was free." You know what I mean? So doing it in the garage is first of all, a great way to have an underutilized garage fill up and do it as a trial to see if we can get more people off of the street and into the garage if they're coming down for just a couple hours, or if they're working downtown. Like, there's a lot of people that just park right in front of their business and then they'll move their car a block up, or a spot up every 2 hours. Like, just go park in the garage and walk down half a block, you know? So.
And there's free parking on the weekends, right?
Yeah.
In the evenings after 5?
After 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not all bad, right?
Right.
It's like there are times when it.
Well, and that's when we're seeing more uptick of people coming downtown is for the nightlife now, which it didn't exist, 5 or 10 years ago.
So you're going to start charging people at night?
Well, that was a topic of conversation yesterday at the meeting, but I don't think so.
Okay. Tell the parking commission no.
Yeah.
No. No, I seriously think I think that the community probably needs more education on this, and I think too the business owners saying, "Hey, we're getting people camping out." Because I'm probably a camp out person. I sometimes roll the dice and just don't pay.
Yep.
See what happens. See if I get a ticket or not. I don't know. Because you're gonna roll it, but I'll park, and then my wife and I, we walk around for 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get on the scooters and take off. It's 5 hours later.
Yeah, exactly. I fall off the scooters.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I know.
You can get hurt pretty bad.
I don't ride them anymore.
So, what is so I can't remember. I was trying to remember who runs all those scooters. I know they're run by Bird, but
Jason Kuntz.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel sorry for that guy because they're now the new Safe Ride Home. And they're in every residential area. I drive around and there's scooters parked on sidewalks, and you're like, this is 17 blocks away from downtown.
Yeah. And then you realize it was a pretty expensive ride home.
Well, there's convenience though.
Yeah,
into that thing
for sure.
Yeah, no, I think I think those have been awesome. I think those have been something super cool. I remember everyone was freaking out about them.
There was a lot of hesitation. I told him, I was like, "You're going to be digging those things out of the river all the time." And they've had a couple, but they've got a GPS on them, so they can find them. Oh, that one's in the river. So they go out with their boat and fish them out.
That's so messed up that people would do
crazy.
that. I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's that. Go back to this is why we can't have anything nice.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's that whole thing's been exciting. Really exciting. Is that parking issue? Do you think that's probably the most contentious downtown issue?
Probably.
Is it?
Yeah. Of all things, but anywhere you go, it is everybody, the conferences we go to, everybody's like, "What parking?" Like, roll your eyes. And
yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's funny that you mentioned the parking garages. I'll go to any other town. I'll even go to Bozeman and I'll park in the parking garage.
Yeah.
I refuse to park in the parking garage in my own town.
I think a lot of people, there's no signage on it whatsoever that says public parking. So people are like, "Oh, is that private? Is it so that the city has a lot to do in the way of marketing for it."
I got stuck in the parking garage one time. They didn't have anybody at the thing and the gate wouldn't come up.
Oh no.
Yeah.
How'd you get out?
Yeah, well.
Plow through it?
I know people. I just called some people and like, "Hey,
somebody let me out.
There's 2 choices here. I'm breaking this stick off, or someone's gonna,
Yeah.
Yeah, they had people that came.
That's good.
but it was, I think, I don't know if you want to call it kind of like, it's my hometown. I shouldn't have to go to a parking garage.
Right.
But when you go out of town, you don't mind it at all. You're just like, "Oh, I guess I'll go to the parking garage and park." It's a psychology thing.
I think so.
And it might be a good sign that we still have lots of local Great Falls people in our downtown. We're not getting a bunch of I'm sure we do during the summer.
Yeah.
But we don't have a bunch of out-of-staters coming here all the time. And so it's a very local community. And so maybe that's the part of the ownership on it.
Yeah. Well, and we've got plenty of surface lots too. So you can just pull into a parking lot, basically.
Yeah, that's the same.
and park there too. I know. I park behind my office and walk everywhere, so I don't really have to deal with parking. But
Well, it's like
it is that mentality. I
I
want to
think
park.
I think of it like the drug. So I go to public drug,
Mhm.
right? Because I was still loyal from the time I was downtown to like go to the drugstore that I was, used when I was down there. Because I was funny when I was a downtown officer. Like I tried to shop and do everything at a downtown business just
Yeah.
to support them, right? Well, I still have all that because didn't go away. And I'm like, gotta go pick up, medication for something. Well, I just want to park and walk in and walk out.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm there for 2 seconds. I'm not parking at the parking garage, going down and going,
Right.
So I think it's okay as long as we don't have too many of those little bags that go over the meters that say you can't park here thing.
Yeah.
Those things. What
Construction.
yeah, those things are frustrating.
Yeah.
So if it's after 5 and there's no construction, can I park there?
I do.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
Kelly breaks the law, so we can't. Perfect. All right. Good to
know. Yeah. I mean, there's no monitoring after 5, so
I know those. You just like
parking is not run through our office at all.
it's not. I thought it was. I thought that's how the businesses got their money. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. These are all probably the rumors we're going to get rid of. That
Yeah, right.
Out there. This is why downtown looks so nice. It's because they charge all this for parking.
No, parking pays for itself.
Basically,
barely,
and that's it, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, cool. But the premises of it is they want to have available parking spots for people to come down and shop. And if they've proven that if they don't have that, all the parking spots get full, and then people stop. They just drive by, and they go someplace else.
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
All right. That narrative we should talk about more.
Yeah.
But at a different time. So what's next for downtown? I mean, what's the next big project?
Oh, goodness. There's always something. Like I said, we're finishing up the wayfinding, which will be great. I can't wait to get that done. Arts Fest Montana's coming up. So we're doing more murals this summer. So we'll have, I think 6 new murals.
Shane Chadwick memorial murals.
Yep. That one's going in. That's not part of Arts Fest, but it's going to be really cool.
I know.
Yeah.
It's part of cool stuff.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
All the cool stuff.
And is that going to be over by the city bar? Is that where that's going to be?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep. It'll be next to the mural of the Oriental lady on the Lifestyles building.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that building's insane.
Yeah, they did a great job.
That thing's blowing up like crazy. I was like, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's night and day from what it used to be.
Yeah.
I can't
totally.
So what else?
I don't know. There's just always something.
Do you have any secret stuff that you're not supposed to tell?
Oh, of course.
You do?
I can't tell you though.
Do you have like businesses that are coming in that you can't talk about?
Yeah.
Because it's like proprietary?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So you promised on the Pursuit podcast. Just kidding.
I said nothing.
Any teasers? Anything you can give us that's like,
nothing huge right at the moment.
No.
We're always looking for that next big project. We really want somebody to buy the old NEW building kind of right across from Public Drug.
Yeah.
That's got so much potential.
Because wasn't that the Bon Marché or something? A long time ago?
Yeah.
So it could be a department store type thing or something else.
Yep.
Too.
And it's already set up for tech, like, because the NEW was in there, but everything's home based now since COVID. Like, they don't have the need for the big call centers anymore. So it's got a lot of potential, and I would love to see it full. It'd be cool.
Yeah, I forget that it's empty. And part of the reason I think I forget because it was a call center, so I didn't go into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's never had a revolving door.
Yeah, it does. So I just forget about it. Wow. Yeah, that's a good point. And then is there any update that you know of that? Is it the Rocky Mountain building?
Yeah.
That whole thing, the fire happened, 2008 or something?
Yeah.
Way too long ago?
Way too long ago. Yeah. We actually had a conversation with the city manager about that building a couple weeks ago because it is an eyesore, and that tunnel walkway in front of it is atrocious.
Yeah. It's been there forever.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's not going to move until they can secure the front of the building and the roof. And like, there's just so much more construction that needs to happen.
Because it could like fall down on people.
Yeah. They don't want pieces of it falling off onto the sidewalk. So, it's I'm
not an engineer or anything. I don't even pretend to be, but it doesn't even have a whole roof on it. And so every time I walk by that thing, I'm like, how is it safe that it's, I mean, I'm sure they've checked out.
They went in and did a bunch of shoring up inside when Alluvion began the construction. So it's structurally sound-ish, but it definitely needs a roof. So
Did you just ish?
ish.
Structurally sound.
Ish.
This is an official press conference, and we were just out here to tell the public that we would like to say that this is structurally soundish. Please feel free to walk in front of it.
Yeah. Watch your step.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. Yeah, that's got it. So that is an eyesore. And it's got to be frustrating for you and the downtown business owners because like everything else is moving at like light speed.
Mm-hmm.
And then it feels like you're kind of like hitting these few spots and it's like,
Yeah.
you know, and that's got to be frustrating.
Yeah.
Because it's,
So I'm hoping that Alluvion can get whatever they need, if they need to sell it or whatever. Something needs to happen with it. But it's a money pit. It's a huge millions of dollars project.
To fix it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. To even get it ready to sell.
I wonder if it's better just to knock the thing to the ground and make a parking lot.
Yeah.
Is it a historical?
No more parking lots.
Is it a historic? I'm just kidding. Is it a historical
landmark? I don't think so.
Because I know they run into a whole bunch of red tape and stuff with those.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's exciting stuff. What? You probably can't answer that. I was gonna say, what? Is there any new projects you can tell us that are coming that are like already released that people probably just aren't paying attention to? Let's talk about those. You're nervous now.
No, I'm trying to think.
Crossing over into the stuff I'm supposed to talk about.
I don't think so. The new Daydream Boutique is opening downtown. She moved from the mall, so she'll be opening. I think she's going to try and be open. Well, I don't know if she'll be open tonight for the night market or not, but yeah, she's moving along fast.
I don't know how anybody survives in that mall.
I don't either.
I mean, I'm really worried about it because I like malls. I'm a Gen X.
You're a mall walker.
I'm a Gen X, so I think malls are cool. You know, it's like this nostalgia of, you know, the mall, right? And there's certain things that always have to be in there. Like you have to have a Claire's in a mall.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have some place that has like ice cream or something, and then you have to have these really huge, you know, department stores.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so I don't want to see the mall fail, but I've heard the amount that they're charging for rent in there. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard
more empty spaces than
I've heard like 25,000-ish a month.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And I'm just like, how does anybody, and I mean, I get there, a lot of them that came in there were big box stores, but they're all gone.
Yeah.
And I worry because like Shields is doing great, but what it's supposed to be an anchor store for the mall. And there's going to be like an anchor, but no mall.
Right.
I don't know how that's going to work. It's just, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad to see downtown. I'd rather see a community have a thriving downtown than a mall.
Right.
I would.
Yeah.
I think there's more character to a downtown. There's more, you know, it's more personable, neighborly, those types of things.
Yeah.
But man, malls are cool, especially when you live in a climate when it gets super cold.
Or super hot.
Yeah, or super hot like it is right now. Yeah. But, you know, it just has it has its advantages, and it's just sad that, you know, I mean, I don't know if you saw Helena. Helena doesn't, they just bulldoze the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like hospitals now.
Right. Yep.
It's crazy. And I hate to see that. And I don't know what the reasoning behind it all is. I want to say it's probably the cost and rent.
Probably. And management.
Crazy high.
Yeah.
You know, that's just,
it's kind of cool. The ones that they've like turned inside out, like in Billings, they had like West Park Plaza.
Okay.
And then they turned it basically inside out so that the storefronts were on the outside.
Oh, really?
And yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't go to Billings much. And when I do, I go downtown.
Yeah. Right.
So, really, that's a great idea.
Yeah. So they turn them into more of like a shopping plaza rather than the inside mall.
So like your stores like that exist now, like your Shields, your Ross, what else is there? They used to have that one kitchen store, but I think that closed.
Bed Bath and Beyond closed. Yeah. Big Lots. So those ones are all kind of already that.
Yeah.
That
like you basically
style.
take everything and you
just flip it
instead
around.
of having that generic door that has like a stamp of what's stored on, you make that the storefront.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then all the stores could have tons of storage inside because they could store a bunch of stuff. So that might be, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't even, what was and then the big fitness store closed up there too. The
Fit Republic.
or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, that
I
just,
think Joanne's is going in right there though.
yeah, someday. It's just taking long. I feel bad. It's like taking forever.
Yeah. Well, Pizza
Yeah.
Ranch has taken over their spot. So eventually they're going to have to.
Oh, really? We're
Uh-huh.
getting a pizza ranch.
Yeah.
You know, you made it when you get a pizza ranch. I like the pizza ranch, actually. It's pretty legit. It's like buffet pizza. You know, it's legit. It'll be
Yeah.
my kid's favorite spot.
For sure. With the arcade and everything.
I literally, when I saw that, I thought like their specialty was like ranch pizza. Is that like they got like something in it? And then I went in there and I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah.
That's funny.
No, it's that's crazy. So, how does a community support the downtown association? What's the best way people in the community can support your cause?
We're always looking for volunteers
Okay.
because our office is me and Harley, who's it's the two of us.
Cool.
So we're always looking for volunteers. We also, I mean, we have a great board of directors that's very active and helpful, but that's a good way. Also, just come down and shop local, support the small businesses.
Spend money down.
Yeah, that's the pay for parking. That's that's probably the most important.
So if I go to pay for parking on the app, does it have like donate to the downtown association?
No, but it should.
Extra $1.
That'd be great.
You should.
Yeah.
Think about that.
I don't think the city would let me do that.
Why not? if you can go buy license plates that go to a nonprofit, you know, you can go down to the DMV, right? And you register a license plate, and then like $30 a plate goes to your nonprofit. You can't tell me you can't do a public-private partnership out there.
Something to consider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk to people. Get it going for you. No, but I mean, that would actually be a good idea. If you actually, I'll tell you this: if you could convince the city that 50 cents on the dollar went to the downtown association for the parking, I might be more apt to pay for more parking.
I'll have to see what I can do.
support those local business owners.
Yeah.
You know, get something going and more exciting things downtown. But no, you're really doing a good job. I mean, I can't tell you, there's so many events downtown that my wife and I forget, and we're like, oh, we really wanted to go to that. And it's like, oh, well, but the good news is it used to be, well, we'll wait till next year.
Yeah.
Now it's usually like, okay, we'll catch that next week or next month.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's
the consistency.
No, it's really, really a good thing. It's exciting. It's very exciting.
It's a lot of fun.
It's kind of becoming the center of everything. And it's so great when businesses do well and your economy booms. It takes away all the kind of BS distractions of the world away.
It does. Yeah. It's nice because when we have more people attract more people. So, you know, you see busy streets and you're like, oh, okay, I'll go walk around down there. Like, it's not scary. It's not, you know, we're working on getting better lighting because it gets dark at 4:00 in the afternoon in December.
In the winter.
Yeah. So we got all new Christmas decor for Central Avenue that's going to light up Central. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. There's just always stuff to do.
What is there any laws we need to like fight for in our community to get changed to help make downtown better? Are you guys running it into any, you know, tax laws, code laws?
Yeah, TIF is always the
TIF district
hot
stuff?
topic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the tax increment financing district is very complicated, but it's instrumental in helping redevelopment and revitalization. And those tax dollars really go a long way. So we've got a couple of different programs for people to take advantage of when they're revitalizing or trying to open a new business. So one of them is the ADA compliance life safety code. So if you're upgrading your elevators, your sprinkler systems, the bathrooms, stairwells, or whatever to make it ADA compliant and just rebuild the building, because all of them are from late 1800s, early 1900s. Right. They're very old. So there's money to help with that. We have a facade grant, so to redo the outside of the building. And then also, oh my gosh, I'm blanking, security. So lighting and cameras on the outside. So there's 3 programs that you can use from the TIF district for that. Oh, wow. And then the bigger picture outside of those dollars is, you know, the extraordinary programs like or projects like the Bats Block and Kellergeist and some of these bigger projects that just need more money than what's set aside in those little programs. So yeah, it's pretty cool that we have that, and it's always under scrutiny every legislative season.
Well, I heard just recently at the last city commission meeting, it came up that there was like just talk of people like get rid of TIF districts, be done with them.
Yeah.
And it's a balance, I think. I think there's a balance between, I think everybody feels like, well, all the money to pay all the taxes comes out of me.
Right.
And that's not, I mean, it feels like that. I think it does for everybody, not taken away. I mean, taxes are terrible. I don't care. I don't care which way you cut it. They're terrible. But I don't think people understand sometimes, like, you want to buy a business for XYZ purpose. And then the city comes in and inspects it and says, well, for this purpose, you need, ADA compliant this, you need this, you need this sprinkler.
Bring everything up to code.
Well, Steve Alley, we were talking about him. I remember how frustrated he was when he did the revamp of the building that you're in.
Yeah.
And it was over sprinkler systems. And he got nailed on those over and over. And he'd think he had it right. And then they'd come in and say, no, not right.
Yeah.
And I just remember him literally pulling his hair out over it. And people don't understand that every time you make a mod on that, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
It is. Yeah.
And so if you want those businesses to, I think we all like to walk into a business, like the Ribbon Chop House when they did their remodel, and you walk in and you're like, wow, this is a fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
Right. And it was a bank.
Right. Yep.
And they took a boring bank and turned it into a fancy restaurant. You walk in there and you're like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of money.
Costs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And elevators are so expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So those are our two biggest, is elevators and fire suppression.
Fire suppression. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then you've got the Rocky Mountain building. So if somebody's like, well, we don't need fire suppression, you can go Exhibit
Yes,
A.
you do.
Exhibit A.
Yeah.
And you will live with this for the next 20 years.
Yep. And you'll burn down your neighbor.
If you don't have a sprinkler system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never actually seen that lesson been played out like that before. That was, interesting. Awesome. Well, Kelly, I just wanted to say, first of all, thank you so much for everything that you do for our community.
Yeah.
Because I know you work super hard in your team and Harley and everybody that you have. So if I want to volunteer, do I just call the Downtown Association number off the website?
Yeah, or we post it, most of them. If we have a need for volunteers, we'll post it on our Facebook page, Instagram, our website. So yeah, there's lots of ways to find out what's happening.
Yeah, so people should totally do that, because that's what's helping, move the needle forward.
Yeah.
If you really care about our community. So I'm just excited. I'm very excited for everything that's happening in our community, and thank you so much for being a big part of it.
Yeah, thanks. Awesome. I love it. It's my favorite.
All right, take care. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, Jesse Slaughter with the Pursuit Podcast. And we really appreciate the amazing support already that this channel has received. Our social media is blowing up. Everywhere we look, people are liking and clicking and commenting. But what we really need you to do is subscribe to our Facebook page and follow us on Spotify. That's what drives this channel. That's what's going to keep this channel going forever. Tim and Ben are behind the scenes doing tireless editing, working on this to make this come out the way it does, this high quality product that it is. So please go in there, click subscribe, click follow, and make sure that this channel sticks around for a long time, because we truly believe it's doing a lot of great things for our community. But there's many, many other people out there who we need to support. So follow and subscribe today. Thank you.